Welcome. This is episode 61.
61.
Crazy. We've done 61 episodes. We're excited to do one live. We have a nice little episode for you today. I think the event has been intense. 20,000 people, 30,000 people. I don't even know what's going on out there. How are you guys been finding it so far? Have you been doing a lot?
Yeah, I've been enjoying it. The event is so well organized. Shout out to the Token 2049 organizers. It's been really special. I've been exploring, going around different booths, meeting new people. And one thing that surprised me is, I'm pretty crypto native. We all live and breathe this space, right? So I'm a little confused. I'm seeing projects I've never heard of before. I'm looking at badges. People have projects that I'm not familiar with. People have booths that I'm not familiar with. And it got me thinking, what's the Zebu stage? Where are we going to be speaking at? What's going on here? So I did a little research. I thought it was a Marina Bay Sands thing. Maybe it had to do with the Singapore Zoo with zebras. It turns out it's actually a project in our space, a telecom infrastructure project, and it's actually one of the largest projects in our space that you've just never heard about. It's ranked number 7 by fully diluted valuation at a $24 billion FDV, which is pretty staggering. So real honor to be at the Zebu stage, and thank you guys for coming to listen.
Who's ever heard of Zebu before?
Anyone? We got one.
There you go.
Do you work at Zebu or no? You guys don't work at Zebu?
What's the project? Is it a DePIN or what?
So it's decentralized telecom.
Okay.
I'm not sure how far along the development roadmap you could say they are, but
It's a $1 billion valuation.
Yeah.
So.
yeah, it's a big one.
Yeah, very bullish. People don't know it yet,
Oh, the FDV is 23 billion?
$23 billion FDV. It's 7th biggest project in our space by FDV. Wild.
All right.
I mean, for that kind of FDV, they should have put some some fruit baskets for us. We should get some.
A watch for coming on stage.
Yeah, the Rolex.
Yeah.
But, speaking of, what's happening in the markets, let's talk about, Binance's recent listings. Recently, they've been posting all these different tokens, notably Baby Doge, Nero, Turbo. If you don't know what Nero is, if you know Dogecoin, the original dog, Kobosu, he unfortunately passed away, and everyone was speculating on who the new dog is going to be or what the dog's name is going to be. And as soon as Kobosu's mom announced, the dog's name, everyone started pumping, through Pump Fund, all the dog coins, and I think there was dozens or.
There were a lot of people ready for the death of this dog. This is so sad that so many people are waiting for you to die. As soon as the dog died, everybody was already waiting for the name. And the name came out, and just Solana coins, Ethereum coins, both exploding.
Yeah, do you know the story, Chow? The
Nero?
Yeah.
It went it got listed on Binance, and then it went from 15 million to 150 or something.
Might be at 300 now.
300 now?
50, yeah.
So I think Zach put it pretty nicely here. So he says, we've come full circle. So there was an OG Nero, and it became the Cabal Nero. And after the Sex Cabal listed 2 Neros, so they listed a different Nero for perps and for spot. And they both became the Cabal Nero because they're both on Binance, even though the Kobosu owner states all Nero coins are grifts to begin with. So there is no official Nero. And if you go to CoinGecko, the Binance one that you mentioned is Nero 3. I don't know, you can't see if you look at the URL, they just put Nero-3. Apparently Binance chose Nero 3, and we have to listen to that. This is the other one. This is the Nero 1, I think. Got listed on perps, and this is the one that I have a little bag of, and not the right one, apparently. So I chose the wrong Nero. So that's what I get for trying to dabble into meme coin land.
So what's Binance doing? Why are they going about this? Are they just trying to find smaller cap projects, or is there something nefarious going on?
So if you guys remember, there was the big backlash against Binance for every listing being 90% down. For the first half of the year, everything's been down. And they have some people trying to listen to customers, and they're saying, low float, high FDV is the cause of this. So this is their response: 15 million market cap, and up 20x. So we have Hey Yi here saying that in the dispute between the big and small Nero, and it's so funny because it used to be big and small, but after they listed, they just Now it's like this. So they
Super
flipped
big and
around.
super small.
Well, they flipped. She thinks that this is anti-Wall Street movement, and the tokens are concentrated, and people want anti-Wall Street. So I think they're trying to list things that will not be low float, high FTV. Is that the solution?
Yeah. So, but this one, Nero in particular, is the most head-scratching token listing I've ever seen in the history of crypto. I don't get it.
I agree.
But in general, do you guys know when was the last time a serious coin got listed on Binance? Do you remember?
I don't even remember when the last serious coin was listed.
Take a guess.
Is Renzo serious? Like that was like 3 months ago?
It's
maybe?
Renzo.
That's a serious project. It's built on ETH. It's an Ethereum-based
3
project.
months ago?
It sounds serious.
Layer 0. And that was, do you guys remember Layer 0?
Yeah, super
like-
serious project.
Half a year ago or something, 3 to 6 months ago.
3 months ago.
And basically since then, Binance has been listing only meme coins, right? Like Popcat a month ago, and then earlier this week, 3 meme coins on the same day, Nero, Turbo, Baby Doge.
I guess I have 2 questions. Like, why won't Binance launch my upcoming token, and why won't Binance launch Puff? I mean, that would be nice if we're launching some smaller cap projects, bring some support to the lads.
Yeah. Maybe, apparently they talk about, compliance review and token concentration. So I don't even know what Binance's compliance review is.
We need to be anti-Wall Street, so we need to get Puff with like an anti-Wall Street sign, and maybe that'll get their attention. Look, I don't know what they're doing. I really, it is a head scratcher for me. I think people are scrambling, trying to understand what to do after this constant 90% down of tokens. I have been thinking about what we can do about it. I generally, my hot take of the day is I think that we should not really have these fixed supplies, because it creates like a very unstructured opportunity for founders to either, they have 2 choices. Either, you just throw everything out at the beginning, so you have this big airdrop, everything's decentralized, and then you have a problem incentivizing community or even the founders. Or you do low float, high FTV, you lock up the investors, as we think they should be locked up because they should be aligned long term, and then you just have unlocks for years. Like even Arbitrum, which is the leader in the market, it was looking really good until the unlock started, and now it's just going to be years of unlocks. Let me get you guys' thoughts first, and I'll explain a bit more.
Yeah. Didn't we talk about this in the last pod when we had you on, Xiao, where if no one's buying high FTV coins and everyone's buying memes, then teams have to try harder, right? You mentioned that was a positive externality of the meme coin season.
Yeah.
Do you want to expand on that?
Well, so I think the game has fundamentally changed in the sense that it used to be the case that you can just play the hype and marketing game and get listed on Binance, and that was the game. But that playbook doesn't work anymore for the very reason that we just discussed, which is the moment you get listed on Binance, the price drops, and then everyone gets hurt. And as a result, Binance doesn't list these serious coins anymore, right? Like empirically, they've been listing meme coins over the last few months. And the fundamental reason behind it, I think, is because if the users of Binance lose money by buying these high FTV, low float tokens and lose money, ultimately it's Binance that get hurt, right? They lose customers.
Yeah.
And in the medium to long term, they lose revenue. And that's the primary reason why they stopped listing those serious coins. And that was for me, that's the positive externality of the meme coins, because it's the meme coins that led to this phenomenon.
Jordi, can I ask you, when these small cap meme coins launch with Binance, how much coordination is there? I mean, you're a market maker yourself. Are these projects reaching out to Binance or getting contacted by Binance and then reaching out to a market maker for the launch? Or is Binance just willy-nilly picking these projects and launching them?
I'm pretty sure there's usually a discussion, almost always, and also, even though they're meme coins and supposed to be fair launches, they'll still somehow have 10% that they can, pay.
So someone did very well off this.
Well, the thing went from 15 to 300. I'm
Yeah.
sure there was money to be made. And yeah, okay, this is like the real one now. This is the small one became the real one.
It's up
Yeah.
2,700% in a few days.
But yeah, what's the next slide?
The next slide was the old Nero.
Oh, okay. Well, we're just going back and forth just to like make me get tilted.
There's too much Nero. Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
But going back to my point, I think the fact that Bitcoin did so well with a 21 million fixed supply, and that's part of the meme, has led so many founders and so many projects in that direction when it's really not suited for other use cases apart from what was supposed to be a 100-year project of fixed money. I don't know about you, but like even like AI projects that we talk about, a lot of the AI coins, I don't know if I can mention some, like even BitTensor, Netmind, all of these kind of coins. They take inspiration from the Bitcoin model, and then they try to apply it to what is just a completely different product that needs a very different distribution. And even at the beginning, you guys were talking about the FTV of Zibo.
Zebu.
And it's like 23 billion, and the market cap's 1 billion. A lot of people have tried to have discussions on podcasts and stuff like which one should we listen to? Is it market cap or is it FTV? And the unfortunate answer is you can't know until you look specifically at how do you get from market cap to FTV? Is it investors unlocking? Is it just a community fund that only decides when to allocate? It's completely different.
Yep.
And nobody in retail understands like these differences.
Yeah, and in fact, that information is not, a lot of it is not transparent. You can't find that information on CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap. For retail, it's impossible to know those very important pieces of information.
So what I think is a better model is basically you start with some supply. Let's say instead of starting with 1 billion tokens, like this one has 1 billion tokens, you would start with 100 million, and just not have a fixed supply. You just every year you have a 10% dilution, and those funds can get used for validators, for community, for whatever it is. Maybe investors get some percentage of the dilution, and then the only thing that people need to get used to is basically this bias against comparing prices over time. Because in traditional equities, you have stock splits, you have, like the unit changes. It's not such a big deal if your Amazon stock went from $200 to $30 because they did a 10-to-1 split, but actually you're up 50%. And everyone in crypto just shows the chart. Is that something you think that people can get used to, like not looking at the price, but maybe looking at the price over, like even Ethereum. We look at ETH BTC. Can you bring the ETH BTC chart? This is going to make everybody cry, so don't look if you have ETH.
We do this every single week. It's always like a therapy session. We're all coping that we're holding ETH, except Chao.
I'm not coping. I told you guys a year ago.
He's not coping. He's out.
I'm very happy.
You're very happy.
Okay, here we go. All right, take a deep breath.
I can hear them.
So for our therapy session, the one small cope that I have to give is that, if you have been staking, if you have been restaking,
No.
if you have been getting some sort of
You have
yield,
2% more, 3%.
it's not 2%. If you did like, Eigenlayer and like all this stuff for the last year, instead of being at 0.038, I really think that you're at like 0.044. So it's not that bad, guys.
No. It's like if you played everything absolutely perfectly, you farmed the right farms, you were in Eigenlayer at the right time early enough, sure, you're at 0.044. But for the average person, and even myself, I feel like I'm right here at 0.039, Jordi.
Yeah, I feel like this chart is one-to-one correlated with like the average mental health of people in crypto, right? Like they're degens. How does this chart make you feel, Chao?
This is one of the two most ugliest charts in crypto. The other one being Sol ETH. Actually, Sol ETH is the opposite. Sol ETH is one of the most bullish charts, and ETH BTC is one of the ugliest charts.
I think we have a tweet about my point. So Gord, for longtime listeners, knows this is a common pasta producer. It's not your fault. The market is too stupid to understand ultrasound, digital oil, triple point asset, internet bond, deflationary, monetary premium, social layer money. So,
do you think we'll ever see a triple-digit shitcoin?
Well, let me tell you what Arthur Hayes said yesterday. He did a really big presentation, and he's actually quite bullish ETH now. And his justification was, as the treasury rate goes down, they just cut 50 bips, the ETH staking rate gets more attractive. That thesis felt a little hollow to me, but that's literally what he said, Jordi. I'm repeating. I don't think it's right. I hope it's right. I'm the ETH guy on the
All
show.
right. I mean, I think Arthur Hayes, he fills the room, but
The last time Arthur Hayes was right was when he called ETH a double-digit shitcoin.
right.
When was
19,
that?
2019, 18?
2018.
2018, yeah.
I agree with your eye roll. The interest on dollars cannot be compared to the interest on something else. Like if that was the case, people would just sell every yen in the world and buy every dollar in the world, and I guess they have done that, but the world's not.
We want to feel a little better. This is the ETH BTC therapy session. We're supposed to not keep shitting on it.
Well, we have to look at our demons. I mean, you were saying Kyle Samani had a different take.
Sorry, say that again?
You said Mr. Samani was saying there was going to be a flippening.
Oh, so Samani gave a talk earlier today about why Sol will flip ETH.
Because he has a really big bag.
Yeah, because he has a really big bag. But I hope that marks the bottom for ETH, because back in 2021, he also said there won't be another bear market in our lifetime.
I remember that. Yeah.
That was the pickle top for 2021.
I mean, at least they've survived. I mean, even mental health wise, I think most people taking these like drawdowns from Solana was at 300 and then down to 8.
250 to 8.
Yeah.
Wow.
96% drawdown.
Yeah, that's dedication.
But we've talked a lot about the price. I mean, I guess the bull case is that the vast majority of all activity happens on ETH. L2 volume truly is up and to the right. We can talk about how L2s can be parasitic to the L1, but I mean, isn't there something to be said about the fundamentals? It's not as though people have unlocked these brilliant use cases on Solana.
All right, guys, let's talk about fundamentals. So let's go around. Vitalik singing on stage. Is it bullish or bearish? 'Cause I've seen both. I've seen both takes. Is this the top or the bottom? We're like, what?
It's definitely bearish, but I've heard the case is bullish because then maybe his girlfriend will break up with him because it's so cringe. And
Oh
then
my God, that is the ultimate mid-curve. Like, perfect. You got both together. What do you think?
I tweeted about it and I said, that's it, I'm done. I was very close to being out. To me, this stuff, it's not cute. I don't find it funny. It's kind of low effort. And it's just sort of, it's not reading the room, right? You got to read the room and who's the audience here? What are we all feeling? We don't need you to sing to us. We need a roadmap pitched by you or a business person telling us how you're going to drive value to Ethereum. So very bearish for me.
I saw another tweet of saying ETH BTC has been down 25% since Vitalik got a girlfriend.
I saw that. This is like a really nice chart. You can see exactly the drop.
Does he actually have a girlfriend?
He does have a girlfriend, yeah.
Anybody know for real?
I know for real, yeah.
You know for real.
Yeah. Is that you? Are you the
Is that you?
Dovey is not. It's not Dovey. It's not Dovey. Is it you?
That's you.
It's you. Huh? For our podcast, no. For Vitalik, are you willing to?
No,
Okay,
we don't
good.
need girls
Okay.
for Vitalik.
Okay, because maybe we could use a second girl to like interfere and mix.
A love triangle.
Yeah,
This is called activist investing, right?
We have to change the chart, so activist investing could work.
Yeah.
Are you willing to participate? No. Okay.
Okay.
Have you seen the Vitalik picture? Are you sure you're not willing? Okay. All right.
Which picture, Jordan?
Moving on.
Yeah.
Also, like, apparently there's like 20,000 people at Token. Like, if this is true, right? Like, if all of us bought 10K of ETH, it would pump.
But it's also a lot more than 20,000, right? 20,000 people bought tickets, but probably half of people don't get tickets and just attend to the parties, and we all want to get drunk and all that good stuff. But I think everyone's already everyone that wants to buy ETH owns it. So that's the problem.
That's actually the right curve explanation for why ETH has been down only.
Yeah. There's always sellers. There's always back holders.
It is interesting. I mean, yes, that was true, but the BTC ETF ignited a whole new market. The ETH ETF did zero. Like, it's literally seeing $0 of inflows. There were outflows. They've slowed down to zero.
Net is a negative so far.
Yeah. So why do you think that is? Why didn't the ETF bring in a new buyer?
Because the Bitcoin brand name matters. Like the second mover, people don't remember the second mover. Like you guys know Kleenex, but what is the second facial tissue brand? You don't know, right? So for retail, for normies, I think it's probably the same thing. I also think I'm a big Solana bull, but I don't think the Solana ETF will do well either, for the same reason.
You don't think Solana provides like being a little bit earlier as a service, earlier, it's the future, that's sort of the narrative they could spin? It's not going to work?
Yeah, I doubt it.
Yeah, Jordi, you have thoughts on Solana, right? It's been underperforming for the past couple of days. You wanted to talk about this particular tweet here?
The market just keeps like tapping this 127, and it's bounced thankfully like yesterday. But I love this duck. He's just, what's below 127, Sol? What's below? We won't find out yet. We don't really know. Of course, we know the private round, when FTX were selling through Galaxy was around $84. So there's some gap still between any of those people being underwater. But yeah, there's something below 127.
But did those unlocks start in March, is it, of next year? Something like that?
There's a huge unlock in March, and kind of goes from there. But there's a big cliff around there, so we'll see. I think,
I mean, people made the same argument when Sol was at $15. There was a big sell pressure was it from FTX or Alameda? I can't remember. And then it ripped from 8 to like 160.
Yeah, I was super mid-curve. I fell into that. I was like, oh yeah, there's supply, so I'm not going to buy. And then it just ripped from 20 to 100 in like 2 months.
Yeah. I guess for you, Jordi, I'm curious, can I think about these unlocks as like the bigger the market cap and the volume of the token, the more it's priced in? So for instance, what's happening in March with Solana, it's such a big asset in our space that can be priced in, but a longer tail asset unlock can't be? Or how should we think about that as investors?
I think you look at it, unfortunately, as a percentage of market cap. So Celestia, for example, has like 100+ % unlocking, and that's very meaningful no matter what, because the people that we're going to buy already bought.
I'm underwater.
You're stuck in Aave.
Huh?
You're stuck in Aave.
I'm staking Aave, yeah.
You're
staking
unstaking
everything.
Staking? Unstaking? What are you doing?
I'm staking Aave.
What's the yield? 8%? 6%?
5.
Why?
In case they do an airdrop.
But aren't you locked for a couple weeks so you can't sell?
It's a 20-day on-bond period.
What?
But I'm a mid-curve. My Celestia is still staked.
Yeah.
I still believe in the airdrops.
Yeah. I would unstake that. Not financial advice.
It's okay. The VCs are shilling Celestia right now, so
Yeah.
yeah.
But Jordi, can these 100% unlocks be priced in, or you just structurally can't?
Definitely not, in my opinion. I think 0% chance. It did price in a little bit last cycle, but it was because FTX and Alameda were like hunting stops purposely, just like hunting people that were shorting. They could see in the books, in their own books, that they were shorting, and you had these like bullish unlocks. I don't think that we have an actor that will bullishly unlock. We do have some people trying to do it with Celestia now, so it's interesting. We had negative funding rates, and Celestia has been pumping, but the unlock hasn't happened yet. It's in October. I really don't think it's going to pump through everyone selling. It's impossible, in my opinion.
It's interesting that the shilling happens right before the unlock.
Would you expect anything less in our industry?
No.
That's how it is.
I think it's a mistake. I think let it unlock, let people kind of distribute the tokens to their long-term holders, and then, be bullish.
Right.
Trying to do it before is just giving people that want to cheat it an opportunity to do it at the highest price. And those are the people you don't want to, anyways, help.
But see, a little bit of this is making me bullish, Jordi. By the way, who's a listener of Steady Lads? Can we get a show of hands? All right, good group of people.
Okay.
If you guys have been watching since, I think, December, Jordi, I don't want to put you in the hot seat here, but me, Justin, the ETH guy, was really taking a deep dive in Sol. I was like, wow, it seems pretty undervalued relative to ETH. This could be a big buy. And we were talking through it on the pod where I get most of my brilliant ideas. And Jordi, you had told me about the unlock schedule, presented the same thesis here for TIA, and of course the opposite happened. Is there any risk of that in your mind, or is Solana sort of a unicorn, special case?
I mean, people who follow me for a long time know I'm often early, too early. Like the ETH merge bear case.
UST.
I laid out very clearly as we talked about last episode, and it took a couple of years to play out. The Solana thing is even worse because I've been pointing out this March unlock when it was, you're right, I was way too early. It was like $20. it's going to be 6 times as big now because the price is 6 times bigger. So before I was talking about who's going to buy 500 million. Now the question is who's going to buy 3 billion. And maybe like there will be people who buy it.
What percentage of the market cap is being unlocked? Or is it
That would be 5% if it's 3 billion.
It's probably like 4%.
over what time period?
It's a cliff. It's a day.
4%
Yeah.
of Solana is going to get unlocked in March.
Yeah.
It's over.
It's over.
Okay.
Really?
All right, you're right.
He's gonna sell, guys. Not Solana.
But Jordi, can't they structure a new deal, give someone another discount, keep pushing this out, or no, it's coming?
This was not a deal from the state. This is the actual deal that I think they did with SBF and the huge bag that Alameda and FTX had,
Yeah.
which is now being given out to funds who have bought it for $83.
Yeah. Well, I think we're getting somewhere productive here, and this might be a little pro-ETH, but we've got the Sol bear case. You were long Sol. Okay, Sol might be having some trouble coming up. I don't see it's Sol versus ETH. I don't know. Yeah, Sui's got some buzz at the conference. They threw a great party. That's cool, cute. But if Sol underperforms a little, is everyone going to go back to ETH? Do I have a shot here, or what do you guys think?
No.
No.
So what? You just buy BTC then? That's it?
BTC and Popcat.
BTC
Okay.
and Popcat.
What's
Okay.
Popcat? Just
It's the best cat.
It's the best cat.
But it's not the cat that Ansem likes. Ansem likes the other cat.
So,
Mew.
why is Popcat the best cat?
I don't know. It's cute.
Okay.
Cute.
You're getting some alpha guys.
Yeah, he was early to Wish. So
Are we still early to Popcat?
No, it's 800 million.
Width is only 600 million. Yeah, it's only 600 million. So 10x from here, I would not be surprised.
It's a, okay.
okay.
All right, let's move to the next slide.
Yeah.
You put out a tweet in July, and then you repeated very recently. You think that all-time high decisive by end of year. Is this regardless of the election?
I think it's, yeah, I would say it's regardless of the election, but the election will make a big difference, right? Like over the night of the election, we're going to see a 5% move.
5.
5%.
We had 5% last night. Like it's just
Oh, we did? Oh, but that was JPOW.
J-Pow.
Yeah.
He ripped the shirt
The
off.
only person who matters more than Kamala Harris and Trump is JPOW.
Okay.
It's 5% move, 5% up if Trump wins, 5% down if Kamala wins? How are you thinking
I
about
think
it?
so.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe between the 3 and 5%.
And you came out because of all of your portfolio companies is very publicly pro-Trump, is that correct?
No, none of them is publicly pro-Trump, but a lot of them are making very important business decisions based on who's going to win.
Mm-hmm.
So like they're all like, if Trump wins, I'm going to launch my token. Kamala wins, I move to Dubai. That kind of like literally that like verbatim.
Wow.
Makes sense.
It's
I mean,
this election matters for crypto for sure. For crypto in the U.S. for sure.
crypto in the U.S. Let's go to. You have another very hot take. I was asking Chao what his hottest take is. I don't know if you guys have seen this tweet. We're in Asia right now, so this is going to be very non-consensus.
People
says-
hated this tweet.
It was a spicy tweet. You're saying basically the future isn't in Asia. The future of the 21st century is going to be the U.S. Americans have something nobody else has, to instinct to challenge authority.
I think this one probably takes a couple hours to really expand because there's a lot of things going to this tweet. But the high level is, I think most people over the last decade or so think that Asia is the future of the 21st century, primarily because of China. Right, because China has been doing extremely well since the 1980s. But something has changed over the last few years with China, and that is that the smartest people are leaving the country. And the root of the problem is politics.
Isn't it the same politics for the last 30 years?
No, it's actually very different over the last few years compared to a decade ago and 2 decades ago. From 1980s to 2010-ish, that was the golden age. That was the freest China we've ever seen in modern history. And that's why China was doing really well economically, socially, culturally, politically. The last few years, something fundamentally changed, and the smartest people are leaving. You don't see the smartest people leave the US. I mean, with all the problems that the US has, the smartest people are still in the US and enjoying their freedom and building cool stuff and innovating.
Except the ones who may move to Dubai if Kamala wins.
Exactly. Except for that. So crypto is the small exception in this grand scheme.
But are you saying that, like, because of China specifically, you think that affects as the economic engine of Asia?
So I mean, the other countries could do really well, like Vietnam or even Singapore can do really well, but these countries are too small to really drive the entire continent, right? China is the country that matters the most for Asia, followed by Japan, just for the sheer size of it. But Japan is truly late empire. And then Korea, and so.
So is your thinking with this election, if Kamala wins, we have Operation Choke Point. I guess we'll be at 3.0 now, part 3 coming up. And if Trump wins, it's in some ways open season for us to launch what we really wanted to launch from the States?
So, yeah. So I'm conflicted there because I'm very bearish the left in the U.S. But even like, let's say Kamala wins, the U.S. Goes to shit. I think it's still better than the rest of the world. Like the problem with the Americans is like Americans complain all the time about the U.S. But they don't talk enough to people outside the U.S. Like every person you talk to outside the U.S., you realize how good the U.S. is. Yeah. Especially if you talk to Europeans or...
Well, that's a different case.
That's a different case, yeah. Sorry. But I think the U.S. is fine. U.S. is still probably the best country in the world.
But Taiki, you've on our podcast actually shared a very different viewpoint. You think the election, although we might get this 5% up or down move on the short term, you have sort of been hypothesizing on the show that the election's actually not that important. Operation Choke Point 3, not too important. Crypto's going to do well either way.
Yeah, in one way, maybe this is more short-term driven, but I think the election removes uncertainty. I feel like everyone's so worried about the election, and oh my God, if Kamala wins, we're going to go to zero. If Trump wins, we're going to go to infinity. But crypto should be an anti-fragile industry, right? No matter who wins, we should be able to thrive. And of course, I think Trump is more incrementally bullish, but I do think that the election removes uncertainty, similar to how the 50 basis point rate hike removed uncertainty, and now it seems like we're...
Well, it removed uncertainty in the right direction.
yeah.
But, we don't know the AB.
My nuanced take is BTC will do well regardless, because BTC depends on how much money printing there will be, and both parties will print a lot of money.
Yeah.
But the alts are what's going to be affected by who wins.
100%. 100%. Yeah. I think that's the right take. I think we should try to get to our pastas in a little bit.
Yeah, this is the pasta of the week.
So let's kick off.
Yeah, I think Justin's first.
I'm first. Okay, let's see what we got here. So I took a normal, peaceful flight. I flew in from Los Angeles. I stopped in Taiwan, ran into Suzu on the flight from Taiwan to Singapore. Had a great time. And I'm so thankful I didn't accidentally catch myself on this flight. I just wanted to sleep. I wanted to rest, relax, and enjoy myself and get ready for the conference. Unfortunately, we can't play the video here, but these videos on Twitter going around, I highly recommend you guys check it out. Just imagine, you're flying from LA, from New York. You've got a 16 or 18-hour flight. You accidentally booked the wrong plane on your 18-hour flight to Singapore, and you just want a few hours of sleep before the crypto conference. But instead, you've got karaoke, you've got people popping champagne, screaming, shilling shitcoins, slinging shitcoins. No sleep allowed. So I'm so thankful I wasn't caught on that
Wait,
flight.
this is real? Or is it?
Yeah, it was real.
I met somebody a couple of days ago that was on this flight.
Yeah, was anyone at the audience? Raise your hand if you were on this flight.
Don't be embarrassed. It's okay. We all like to have fun.
Okay.
I see someone in the picture in the audience.
I did talk to somebody that was on the flight. He says he's not in the video. He's hiding in the corner.
Well, what did he say? How much did they pay for the tickets? Was it a good experience?
So it's like this meme coin guy it's an unlaunched meme coin. The meme coin hasn't even launched yet, and they're already spending this much money.
Oh, what's the ticker?
It's going to be redacted coin, right, or something.
Another redacted coin?
Yeah, that was redacted cartel. Now it's the coin. I don't know. Yeah. All right, who's next?
So I'm going to be next. So I'm sure if you're on CT, you saw this, right? So there's this DGen Summit 2024. I mean, this is my first time in Singapore. I don't know much about conferences. So apparently this this happened a couple days ago. I don't even know who these sponsors are, but they were handing out awards. I think it's good that they're recognizing the immense talent in the space.
Immense.
Yeah, the immense talent in the space. So I just want to show some of the awards that they were handing out here. So we have Utes. The best NFT art. All right. BitBoy, best video content creator. And I mean, I guess I haven't been paying attention because I didn't know Avalanche was pivoted to a layer 2.
That's layer 2.
That's layer 2.
Wait, what? Avalanche is becoming a layer 2?
No. Like they gave out an award for best layer 2 to Avalanche.
Mistakenly or just jokingly?
This actually happened. This is serious.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mario as our KOL.
I thought the KOL was the Professor Crypto guy.
The Professor Crypto guy was the best YouTuber. Best YouTuber.
Okay.
Best paid show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chao, you've really been off CT, huh? You haven't been seeing any of this?
I wasn't on CT for the last week. I just tweet, but I don't read.
He's locked in. You're locked in.
I'm locked in.
You're locked in. Yeah. I mean, I feel like this is so this industry is so unserious. I was like, you know what, fuck it, maybe I can get an award, right? The most encrypted 2024. And actually, seriously, I saw this DJ and something, I was like, what the fuck is this, right? So I went to the website, yesterday, and they literally took it down. They wanted to hide all evidence that this ever happened.
You know what's funny, Taiki? If you go back to that last picture, I saw you tweet that. It was like I was jet lagged. I was kind of confused.
You thought it was
and I'm
real.
Looking at it, and I actually had to look at the aspect ratio of Taiki's picture there and see if it lined up with the borders of the projection. I thought it was fully real. I was like, wow, Taiki, you got a really nice award. Congratulations.
Were you jealous that you didn't have a chance?
I was a little jealous. I wanted the best right curve award, but I'm holding ETH, so maybe they're going to throw me back to the left.
I still can't believe that guy who made the 3x3 put me as a mid curve. I'm still hoping from that.
They had me as the far right, most intellectual lad, right?
Yeah, I was the mid-curve. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's a strong pasta. That's going to be hard to beat.
Yeah. So I think next is Chao. So you want to talk about this?
I mean, everyone knows this. Vitalik was singing on the stage, and there was. Who watches soccer here? Who's a soccer fan? Only one? Two? Oh, okay.
Three, four.
I mean, this one is really sad because Messi is my favorite player of all time, even though I really respect Ronaldo. But last year was when both Ronaldo and Messi were at that age where they just can't handle the competitive nature, like 90 minutes of playing time anymore. And in this game, Messi got injured, and he was crying. And a few days later, Ronaldo was crying as well because they Portugal got knocked out of the Euro. Like that was the end of an era for
End of an era.
That was actually the end of the era for because this Ronaldo and Messi shared the stage, and they were the two most dominant players during the last 20 years. That was the saddest time during the last 20 years of soccer. And then
what's funny is, so when I first saw this tweet come across my feed here, I looked it up and I just saw the headline Vitalik singing, and I didn't even let myself click it. I didn't need to hear it. I've seen this before, and I was at my hotel and I just slumped back into my chair exactly like that. It's spot on.
This is like an end of era kind of moment.
Yeah.
It is end of era.
End of an era.
So for everybody on audio only, it just says ETH holders watching Vitalik sing, and it's this sad picture of Messi.
Yeah.
Either the end of the era or beginning of another era.
Yeah. You're singing. BTC just hit a 3-year low, and you're singing. It's like all the ETH holders, myself included. I just shook my head. I was like, why do I still hold this?
All right, let me round up our pastas. So obviously we had Jay Powell last night, and people on crypto Twitter were very eagerly awaiting, and we have a Pepe here by Rec Diomedes. He's writing a letter in this old-fashioned style. Dear Mother and Father, the gerontocracy is about to start cutting the rates of interest. I am hopeful it shall cause my magic internet coins to ascend steadily in an upward trajectory. Yours with love, Anon. I just thought this was a beautiful piece of poetry, art, Shakespeare.
Very wholesome, Jordi.
Very wholesome.
Yeah.
Very, very wholesome. Yeah.
That was a little weak for a pasta, though.
Is it? Guys, okay.
I didn't hear a chuckle. Not one chuckle.
All right. Let's see. We're gonna do a live.
We'll see if this works.
We'll see if this works. So please take out your phone, and you can vote on the pasta of the week.
Yeah, so I have to go to the next slide to let people vote, but I'll give people a minute to pull this up.
Are panelists recommended to vote, or?
Oh, you got your phone out?
I'm going to civil this.
Oh, it's too big. I can't get it.
All right.
Is it working? Everybody, is it working? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right, we'll give everyone a few seconds, yeah?
Okay, I'll wait like 10 more seconds, and then I'll go to the next slide, and then people can start.
We got a couple of phones still.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So he says my pasta's the worst. Maybe let's get a few
All right,
votes to rub it in.
So to recap, Justin was the airplane karaoke. I was the DGen Summit. Chow, end of an era, and the beautiful poetry.
A little piece of poetry.
Shakespeare Pepe. Shakespeare Pepe.
All right. Let's fucking do this.
Everyone's at 0. What's going on?
Okay.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh. Okay. Coming in.
Come on, guys.
God.
Vote orange or yellow for Justin.
Yeah.
I'll share
Wow.
one more alpha if you guys vote.
Oh, it's
No.
Okay, what's that? Tell me what's this.
Wait, he's bribing.
Okay.
Yo, what? Fuck. Oh.
Oh, wow. It's close. Is it done? We need a few more.
Wait, there's definitely more than what.
Can the camera guys, can you guys give a couple votes? I need 5 votes.
Well, it's
Oh,
like
yes, we're getting there.
It's like a perfect symmetric.
Wait, I literally had objectively the best pasta. How am I coming in at last? That's ridiculous.
I disagree. No.
It's very close. It's very close. Wow. Okay, we have to wait a couple more seconds. It's like getting within. It's getting within 1.
Is this not the most
wow.
fun talk you guys have been to at Token? It's interactive, right?
It's the best talk in the entire event.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're-
Worth
So
flying for.
we will have a couple minutes, by the way. Let's get some audience questions while this finishes. Oh, wow,
what?
you just got overtaken.
Okay, well, you have to share the alpha if you win.
I think we have some mic runners. If anyone has some questions, we have 7.5 minutes, so we can go through a couple questions.
There's 54 votes now. There's definitely more than 54 people here.
I think people just really love Messi. That's
Yeah.
I think people want the alpha. I think this was a fraudulent voting scheme.
Yeah, it was a very good delivery, right? The end of an era.
End of an era.
I think we all.
I'm here trying
all right.
to
I
protect
have to
democracy.
call it. I have to call it. It stopped moving. So, Chow, you are the pasta of the week winner. We should have brought
Thank
a
you.
pasta hat.
I
Give
want
it a
to-
round of a hand.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's the alpha?
Ah,
what's
shit,
the alpha?
I have to come up with an alpha.
He scammed you all. I just wanted a free and fair election, but
That's not Popcat. You can't say Popcat.
There's nothing contrarian anymore. Like, I agree with the market.
The market is correct.
The market
Fairly
is correct.
Market is right.
I'm bullish Sol. I'm bullish crypto in general till the end of the year at least. Well, I think we'll see all-time high by the end of the year.
for Bitcoin or most alts as well?
Bitcoin, yeah.
Bitcoin, okay.
Alts are dead.
Oh, sorry.
Does all-time high mean 100K to you?
No, I don't think we hit all-time high. 100K, but for sure all-time high.
Should we get a couple questions? If you want to raise your hand, I think we have mics. So maybe in the front row here.
Is there a camera?
Oh, the mic's coming there.
Oh,
Got a mic here. We got.
oh wait.
Why are you so bearish on China?
Yeah. Do
Have you been to China recently?
you even know Chinese?
Come on, man. I have not been to China recently because I'm too scared to go.
That's a fair reason.
And
It's so
I just keep hearing, like I talk to friends in crypto and outside crypto who live there or I just hear the same thing very consistently over the last 3-4 years that they want to get the fuck out. And
Okay.
I like you can probably guess what the reason is. It's sad. I'm sad. I wanted China to be the center of the 21st century, but I don't think it's going to happen.
All right.
All right.
Next question. Raise your hand if you want.
Over there.
Oh, okay, that guy. Oh, he has the mic.
Go ahead.
Can you stand up, please? Okay, there you go. Okay. Technical difficulties.
This is like super unrelated, but Jordi, am I gonna see you at the tables anytime soon? And if yes, at what time?
At the tables?
The poker tables.
The poker tables here?
Yeah.
Oh man, MBS doesn't even have poker tables. Like they just love their baccarat and their little pagaos and all this stuff. There no room for us here.
Why didn't you bring your bracelet?
Okay. I'm just not gonna go there. Cool. That's all I'm
Yeah,
gonna ask.
yeah. We gotta.
All right. How about this guy?
Over here.
The guy in the black at the front. Can you? Oh, there you go. There.
Where is the tiki?
What?
Tiki.
Where's Sticky?
Thicky.
Oh, Thicky?
Thicky, if you're here, we're ready to
Oh,
take your
he's-
question. Let's say that.
Where's?
I think Thicky probably did not have a good night. He's been so bearish that
He got
I don't
liquidated.
think the last 24 hours have been kind to him. He has been crushing the year though. Like for the year, he has been so correct and so directionally strong. But I think the last 24 hours, he's probably trying to.
He got liquidated by JPOW.
Like J-Pow. So he liquidated GCR and then J-Pow liquidated Thicky.
But-
So that's.
He did make an appearance. We did a meetup. A lot of you guys were there 2 days ago, and Thicky was there shaking hands, meeting all you guys. So it was really good to see him there too.
Yeah.
And hopefully we'll have him on the show soon.
Next. Oh,
Hey, hi Taiki. You've talked about DeFi a lot. But what's your bull case for DeFi this cycle, and why have you staked Aave? What's your thoughts on the recent move, like the 10-20% move on Aave?
so what's the bull case for DeFi, and why am I staking Aave? Is that the?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know if this will happen, but I mean, Stani's building a lens, which it will launch in Q4. So if they were to airdrop, I think it would make sense for them to airdrop to Aave stakers potentially. And I'm high conviction Aave, so I don't mind the 20-day on-bond period. And maybe this is like incorrect, and maybe I'm biased. And of course, I shouldn't bet my chips depending on like what I want to happen. But I think the market has strayed so far on the pendulum towards financial nihilism that I think it makes sense for the next leg to be driven by fundamentals. And I think DeFi has the best product market fit. Most DeFi tokens are uninvestable. I think 99% is like complete vapor. But I think the ones that are high quality category leaders, I think they can do well. And that's why I like Aave. They have like 70% market share. Uniswap also good. But yeah.
Can I give you the bear case for DeFi?
Yeah, please.
I'm just playing devil's advocate. The bear case with DeFi is that everyone who's shilling DeFi right now are liquid funds, and right now the major DeFi coins are basically PvP between those big funds.
Like literally, like I've been going to meetup events, and a bunch of liquid fund managers have been coming up to me saying, "Oh, like I love Aave. I liked your thesis," and I'm like, "Dude, literally half the liquid fund managers that I talk to own Aave." I feel like the rotation has already happened. I don't really know who's next.
That's right. And the retail, they're playing Popcat and Mew and all that stuff.
But we got to give Taiki a lot of credit here because he is like the quintessential activist investor. He's posting his theses. You're meeting with Vitalik tomorrow to tell him why DeFi is so important. Like Taiki is grinding. He is locked in. He is trying to make the DeFi renaissance happen. So credit to you for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell Vitalik to break up with his girlfriend. Just kidding.
All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Chao, for doing this. We really appreciate it. And thanks, guys, for joining us.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.